deploy a nuclear-armed missile.
Tonight, new attempts to push North Korea back from the brink of war. Launching a nuclear missile is much easier said than done. That's the word from the White House after a frankly alarming intelligence report on North Korea's nuclear program. A report that indicated there's a decent chance North Korea already has nuclear weapons that it can launch on ballistic missiles. But the agency behind that report is one that suggested Iraq's Saddam Hussein was distributing chemical weapons before the 2003 invasion. And that same agency also reported that the Iraqis may have weaponized biological warfare agents. Though that report did carry a caveat that there was no reliable information on whether Iraq was producing and stockpiling chemical weapons. Of course, we later learned Iraq was not any of the above. And the White House doesn't seem to have much faith in this same group's latest intelligence on the North Koreans.
Obviously, the North Koreans have tested nuclear weapons, and they have developed some missile technology. What they have not done is demonstrate a capability to deploy a nuclear-armed missile, attach a warhead to a missile and fire it.
Still tense times right now. The dictator there, Kim Jong-un, has threatened to nuke Washington, something U.S. analysts don't believe he can do. Of course, those same analysts warn North Korea could try to test a missile at any moment. Secretary of State John Kerry is in South Korea right now, and he's warning the North Korean leader that doing so would be a huge mistake. Ed Henry's on Fox Top Story live at the White House. It's all a bit confusing, and the White House has been scrambling all day to try to explain to us what it believes North Korea's capabilities really are.
That's right, Shep. And the alarm bells really went off late yesterday after a Republican Congressman, Doug Lamborn, read from that intelligence assessment you mentioned from the Defense Intelligence Agency. And the confusion came from the fact that there were parts of the report that were classified and shouldn't be talked about in open hearing, other parts that were unclassified and could be talked about. And when the congressman suggested there was a part of the report saying the U.S. government already believed that North Korea has nuclear weapons that they can shoot off on missiles and try to fire at South Korea, try to fire at the U.S., it seemed to catch General Martin Dempsey off guard. Take a listen.
General, would you agree with that assessment by DIA?
You know, Congressman, with the number of caveats you put on the front end of this, I can't touch that one because I'm not sure now. It hasn't been released. Some of it's classified, some of it's unclassified.
That is why today Jay Carney and other officials in the intelligence community were trying to reassure the public and say, look, there was some confusion about this report, but the fact is the U.S. government does not now believe that North Korea has these nuclear weapons that are capable, as Jay Carney was saying, to be attached to a missile and be launched.
And it sounds like Republicans are downplaying the threat, some of them.
Somewhat, because what they're trying to say is, look, North Korea is a problem, but these Republican analysts like Richard Grenell are saying actually a more immediate nuclear threat is Iran, and they believe that's what the administration should be focusing on. Take a listen.
He's probably sent a thank you note to Kim Jong-un to say thanks for all the attention on you. I'm going to keep enriching uranium.
He's suggesting there that the Iranians are thankful that all the focus right now is on North Korea instead, while Iran is moving closer and closer to nuclear weapons. Interesting, Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel was asked about all of this as well. He said that both Iran and North Korea are big threats. They both want to get nuclear weapons. They could succeed at it in the days ahead, and that's why Hagel said both of these are very dangerous and explosive situations. Shep?
Ed Henry at the White House. Ed, thanks very much. By the way, exactly 1 year ago, 1 year and about 8, we learned that North Korea had attempted a rocket launch. A 3-stage rocket broke up shortly after that launch, fell into the sea, and it was a big embarrassment for the then brand new North Korean leader.